Hello all. Before we begin the video, let's discuss CloudFoundation. CloudFoundation is the premier online training platform to help individuals and organizations gain knowledge and skills in the ever-growing cloud computing industry.
Okay, so guys, let's get started. Today we are going to talk about application. Now completed the installation. Now it's like a clean slate. Well, so we may have one identity called SPRNet. So that has been got created, or you may call it imported. From that configuration file import process. Apart from that, we don't have any identity. We don't have any application. We don't have any policies, certification, nothing. So it's our ultimate purpose is to maintain these objects effectively. With the help of this unified portal, Sailpoint, we can manage everything with the help of Sailpoint. But as of now, we don't have anything. So let's start. How to get these identities? First of all, so if you want to get identities from the trusted source, what to do? So that's all about application onboarding. We are going to learn. So what is application onboarding basically?
So what is application onboarding? So application onboarding is very simple. It's a process. The application onboarding, it's a lot of activities is going to involve in this. So you may call it as process. Application onboarding is the process of integrating, or you can call it as onboarding, whatever it may be. We are going to integrate any application within Sailpoint so that we can provide our support to that application at certain level. If you are going to integrate this application, each and every time, no need to rely on application team to check the application status, to get the data. Okay, once we have everything in Sailpoint, we can manage efficiently here only. Okay, so application onboarding is all about integrating any application. It could be third-party application or maybe any downstream application. We can integrate with Sailpoint and we can manage everything. So here already we talked about briefly what is auth application, non-auth application, conforming, non-conforming, etc., etc. Let me use whiteboard. Okay. Identity text. Here we have Sailpoint, which we implemented. Now, my question is, if any employee is going to onboard, I think already we talked about that, right? If any employee is going to onboard, what will be the process of hiring? Did I explain already? Okay, no worries. We have an employee called XYZ. He's going to join into ACMIF FinCorp company. ACMIF FinCorp is the firm name. So what will happen? What will be the next step? So HR source or HR portal, okay. HR will gather all the information, including personal information, everything, and they will store in their source data, correct? And after that, so whenever employee is going to join any company, HR people will gather their information and they will store those employee information in their portal, in their source data, basically. So this application already integrated with Sailpoint, okay, which means the application onboarding is done for the HR application. Can you name out few HR application currently available in the market? Some advanced HR application. So you should know at least a couple of application names, like Workday is one of them, SuccessFactors, PeopleSoft, Employee Central, or Ankle HRM application. So these are the advanced applications what we have currently in the market in the name of HR application. Okay, so these any one of these application will be used by your company. So that application need to be onboard with Sailpoint first. Once the onboarding is done, once Sailpoint is able to communicate with this application, which means in this direction. If Sailpoint is able to make communication with this application, then it's a good sign. So next step, Sailpoint will get the data from this application, from HR application, which means Sailpoint will aggregate the user data. Sailpoint will aggregate the group data so that accounts, identities, and a lot of items will be created in Sailpoint. We can manage efficiently. Okay. It's kind of data synchronization. So the data should be matched from here to here. So in this direction, you can call it as aggregation, which means I'm talking about this one. So you can call it as aggregation because Sailpoint is going to aggregate the data. Or you may call it as reconciliation. So opposite direction, you may call it as provisioning because Sailpoint will provide the access, which means in this target, not HR application, it could consider this is a target application. It could be any application. Now, so in this direction, Sailpoint is going to create user account in the target application. So you can call it as provisioning. Not only create operation, it could be any operation, modify, delete, enable, disable, whatever it may be. So I hope you guys know what is aggregation and provisioning and what is application onboarding. Okay, yeah. Let's take an example, Active Directory. So employee has joined this company. His identity got created via this aggregation process. So this identity can log in into Sailpoint portal, correct? Now he can submit access request to gain this Active Directory application access. Employee will log in into Sailpoint portal. He will submit access request to gain this application. Access request, it's a kind of ticket. So this access, once the access request got submitted, it will go for a certain level of approvals. After that, provision will happen. Okay, I was saying not employer, employee. Okay, they can log in into the Sailpoint portal. Here, we don't have any employer because each and every one, like customer, stakeholder, partner, vendor, employee. So every item we are going to consider as a digital identity, right? That's a core objective of IAM, what we discussed earlier. So any employee, once the identity got created, they can log in into their Sailpoint portal. They can submit access request for themselves or maybe for their subordinate. They can submit access request. Okay, and they can gain the target application access. So those read access, it may be read and write access. So those access permission is already created by the Active Directory team, and Sailpoint already aggregated those group data as well. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So now Sailpoint, the employee will select the right permission, whether they are looking for read access, or whether he is looking for write access, or both. It depends. So based on that, he will choose some entitlement. He will submit access request. Okay. So that request will go for provisioning, and finally the user will get the target application access. I'll demonstrate, no worries. Okay. I'll demonstrate the entire process, but today we will onboard a couple of applications, at least 2 applications. So the employee will join the company. Once the employee joined, HR people, human resource people, they will gather all the information, including personal, correct? First name, last name, email ID, whatever it may be. So these information will get stored into the HR portal, which means it's application. It could be Workday application, it could be PeopleSoft, Employee Central, SuccessFactors, or they may have some different application. So what I'm trying to say, this application is already integrated with Sailpoint because Sailpoint needs some trusted source, genuine data, genuine source, right? So from there, Sailpoint will aggregate or Sailpoint will pull the user data and the identity will be created. So XYZ join a company. So here XYZ identity will be created. So once the identity got created, he will receive an email saying, this is your credential to access Sailpoint application. So he can log in into Sailpoint application, and whatever access he is looking for, he can submit access request to gain the application access. It not only Active Directory, it could be any other application as well. Okay, so consider your Active Directory application team. Okay, so today we have implemented Sailpoint, but from last decade, we are using this Active Directory application and a lot of users are there. They are using Active Directory application, which means Active Directory has the user data, right? they have a place where all the user information will be stored. So from now onwards, application team, that Active Directory team is saying, we cannot manage these users. Okay, we need some other application to manage all the application. This is customer feeling. So now they are going to onboard this application with Sailpoint. Not only this application, they may have plenty of applications. Each and every time we cannot rely on the application team, right? So once we have IAM solution like Sailpoint, we can onboard all application at one place and we can manage all the users very effectively. That's the purpose.
And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.